Hey girl, hey! Welcome back to the channel, I'm Meg, and today I'm back to you with another speed build. This time I decided to do a little different because I realised I build a lot of houses in The Sims because, I mean, those make me comfortable and I'm not very good at making community lots. Actually, I'm terrible at making community lots. But today I decided to do something different. We all know the old salt house that's available in San Myshuno. It's supposedly an old industrial building or something like that that's been renovated into a luxury home in the middle of the city. It's the only house in the city, and I'm sorry to say this, but I kind of ruined it by making it back into a commercial venue. So it's kind of been a renovation of a renovation, which is quite fun. Yeah, so I made it into I should probably actually tell you what I'm doing. I made it into a nightclub because I just wanted to make a nightclub, okay? I haven't been out clubbing in quite a few years, to be fair. Not since probably before COVID. I never liked it much anyway. I mean, I'm autistic, and I have this thing where when I get drunk, I try not to be drunk. Like, the drunker I am, the less I want to be drunk. It's really weird. But you know, that's just kind of life. It's not a bad kind of drunk to be. To be fair, I'm actually quite happy that that's the kind of drunk I am. You'll see me skip a few bits in this video, by the way, just because it was quite a long video, and I do this all the time, and I'm like, oh, I don't want too long of a video, and it always ends up being over 30 minutes, and I'm sorry for that, but that's just because I want to walk you through it instead of, like, doing a montage, because I hate doing montages. So I did a little reception area. I think a lot of people forget that in a lot of clubs they do have a reception area, because obviously you want to, like, charge fees in clubs, in the clubs I've been to at least. And I kind of based the reception area off of my reception area because I used to work in a nightclub. Well, it was a kind of club. Well, it was a nightclub. Let's just say it's a nightclub and keep this family friendly. But yeah, so I worked as a receptionist in that nightclub, and I kind of based this on like what my reception actually looked like. Kind of, except a bit nicer than my reception. To be fair, my reception was I literally lived in a box. And there was my till there, and this little gangplank thing that like lifted. It was supposed to have a little doorway there, but that broke off before I started. Then, oh gosh, there used to be like a little door there, but that kind of broke off before I started. Never bothered to fix it. I worked there for 2 years and they never fixed it. It was not a very good, and it was a very seedy place, so it's kind of a bit like, why would you do that to me? But you know, it was fine. I had a big burly security guard at the front door with me. His name was Danny. He was lovely. I missed you, Danny. How are you? If you're somehow watching this, how are you? How's your daughter? He was a single dad to a daughter, and he came from Portugal, and oh, he was just a lovely guy. Okay, I miss you, Danny. But anyway, ignoring Danny, miss you, babes. Yeah. So I spent quite a bit of time in that reception area just because obviously it's my reception area, and I wanted everything to be perfect. And in the end, I kind of ended up using like the same flooring throughout the entire build. Literally, except for maybe outside, it was the same floor tiles because I'm not creative, and I figure, I mean, if you're gonna bulk buy flooring for your place, you may as well just bulk buy flooring for everywhere. You know, I put a little plant in the reception area as well. The only plant probably other than that's outside in the entire build. So here we go. It's something nice, and I figure that plant's gonna have like vomit every week, at least once a week. Someone's gonna vomit in that plant, but you know it is there, and people can vomit in it if they want. And yeah, oh my god, I spent a lot of time on this reception, man. I'm bored waiting for it to finish, to be honest. And this is already after I cut it down to like 23 minutes. Oh, hurry up, Meg. What's getting you so long? Okay, yeah, so I did go to the outside walls as well. And I just decided to keep the outside walls all that same brick that's on the outside as well. And I thought, I don't know anything about building. It feels realistic to me. Is it realistic? I don't know. Probably not. You probably actually have insulation and stuff in between the walls inside, so it's probably not that realistic. But I kept it anyway because I actually love that brick as well. It's a bit paler, but it kind of reminds me of the brick of my hometown because the brick here is all red. Because I think I mentioned this in the last speed build as well. I think I mentioned it in the one for my Rags to Riches family. This is not for the Rags to Riches to Legacy family. I might add the club to the game. Maybe. But well, to that so far. But I haven't even added a dining room. Yeah, I also did a little back office area. I thought that was really cute, and I figured that's where the boss goes to do like his money count and all that, and probably some shady stuff. Because it's a nightclub and there's always some kind of shady stuff going on there. But you know what? plausible deniability and all that. So yeah. Sorry, I'm very thirsty today, and to be fair, this isn't like the first video I've recorded today as well. So a couple hours ago, I recorded the latest episode of my Legacy Challenge. You probably saw that on Monday. I'm trying to like do this thing where I record videos a bit far in advance and then like just do the editing closer to the time, because I always get really frustrated because I can't upload as many videos as I want to, because I can't record the videos during the week most of the time when my mom's home. It's not because she's banned me or anything like that. I mean, I'm 22, I can do what I want, mum. God, that sounds really like childish, but it is kind of true. But no, it's mainly out of kind of respect to her, because obviously she's come home from working. Well, she mostly works on her feet all day. She deals with lifting heavy beds and that, and all I do in a day is just sit at my desk and do things on the computer, and that's my job. Just a normal office job. I never even leave my bedroom, to be honest. This is my cave. So yeah, I can't really record during the week, but I love editing the videos during the week. So I'm thinking, when I have the time, usually on a Saturday night, I'll record 2 or 3 videos, if I can. I need to come up with more topics, because I'm getting very I'm starting to get a bit burned out. I don't know what to make. So if anyone has any suggestions in the comments below, well, actually, I have plenty of things that I want to do in this game, and plenty of things that I want to do videos of in this game. But it's I every time I want to start doing it, like one of the bigger channels always ends up releasing another video of them covering it, and to be honest, I get my ideas from them, like Little Simsy Plumber and that, and I'm not knocking them for doing that. Obviously, their videos are going to be way better than mine, but again, their videos are going to be way better than mine, so I'd rather give it a bit of a break, since at least any of the ones that I watch. I don't watch every Sims YouTuber. I don't have the time of the day for that. Well, I probably do. No, I don't. I don't watch every Sims YouTuber, so it's kind of like, you know, just need to wait until someone hasn't uploaded it, and then they'll probably upload it when I'll go to record it. But you know, that's life. But yeah, we're moving on into like the main building now, and as you can see, when I build, I tend to go back and forth a lot in my building. I don't like stick to one room, finish that room, move on. I do sometimes, and I try to do it as much as I can. But sometimes it's just not how it's meant to be, and like things come to mind later when I'm like scrolling through clutter for another place. I think, oh, actually that clutter will suit well in this place, blah blah blah. So yeah, the bathrooms I actually started quite soon. Like I built like the rooms and that quite soon, but I actually didn't put the toilets and the sinks in that until the very end. Literally the last thing that you'll see in the speed build is me putting toilets, putting the bathroom fixtures in. A great way to end the speed build. Finishing off bathroom fixtures, I should say. Great way to end the speed build, but you know, this is actually still quite close to the beginning. It's only 7 minutes in, so haha. And I toyed around with the bathrooms quite a bit, to be fair, and then in the end, I like toyed around making like it into an open bathroom, and then I decided, nah, let's segregate by gender, because why not follow the gender norms? Why not follow the patriarchy? No, that's just what I'm used to in the layouts of buildings and that. And actually, I come to see later that doesn't really matter, because I actually gave them open archways and it's all closed doors. And to be fair, now that I'm thinking about it, the inspiration for this might actually have been from my secondary school. It was one of those new build schools, you know, like probably 10 or so years ago now. A lot of schools started like modernizing and like getting rebuilt and becoming academies and that. Well, my school was one of the first, and it was quite a luxurious school. And literally, my year was the first year where it was in the brand new building, like the brand new built building, and no classes were in the old one. If that makes sense. And their bathrooms were a bit weird because they were still like separated by gender, but they were open. If that makes sense. So there weren't actually any sinks or that outside. They were all in the cubicles. So you'd have a toilet and a sink in the cubicle, and that was it. And all of them were like that, but there were like 2 separate sections for the boys and the girls, because apparently they still can't get away from sexism, even though there's literally no way for it to be inappropriate, because there's no chance of nudity, because everyone can see into there unless you're in the actual stall itself, and unless you fit in like a bunch of blokes and a bunch of girls in one stall, which is not happening. There were tiny stalls, then it's nothing to worry about, you know. Anyway, I've never actually seen anything like that since then, and sorry, I constantly itch my nose in my videos, and I noticed that's a habit, but if Fake Gamer Girl can burp in her videos, then top tier, love that for her. then I can scratch my nose however much I want. I have a very itchy face, okay? It's my hair. It's getting everywhere. And I am getting my hair done on Thursday, and I'm super excited. And I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. I'm not going to say anything now, but oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, let's just say that Kelsey and Peachy posted a picture of her new hair. That's pink. A week or so ago, and then Plumbella posted a picture of her hair that's got pink in the front a little while ago, and now I might be I am, because they're getting the dye in. I'm going pink. Okay, I spoiled it, but yeah, I'm going pink, guys, and I'm super excited. I haven't had a weird wacky colour for years, because I went blonde, and to be fair, I love being blonde, and I'll probably stay blonde after the pink, if that makes sense. I figure the pink's going to fade anyway, because it's going to be a light pink. So I figure it's going to fade into blonde anyway. Anyway, I should be talking about the build. And I'm at the part now where I'm doing a patio right now. And I quite enjoyed the patio, to be fair. I thought it was a cute little area. I figured they could use this. It could be a day and night kind of bar. I mean, there's still not anywhere to eat, which is probably weird for daytime. But people can probably bring their own food in, it's fine. So I made a nice little patio beer garden, and I just love the idea, and it's kind of like one of those luxury, like, Insta-worthy places, if that makes sense. Like that, like the downstairs can be a bit of a seedy club, like the back and that, but it's quite, sorry. It's still quite like a respectable looking club. I want it to be almost gentrified. That's bad. I want to gentrify the neighbourhood, but that's kind of what San Myshuno is anyway. It's quite a gentrified place. God, we need to get a proper ATM in this game that's not just a stolen ATM that's on a little trundle trolley thingy from the criminal career. But you know, whatever. Drink. I'm a thirsty gal. Also, has anyone noticed that little like umbrella sign like doesn't size up? It's only the mesh at the back that sizes up, but all the other neon signs do, because that really annoys me, because that's such a cute sign and I can't use it unless I want to keep it really small. And you know what? I want to size up everything, like super size everything. Look at me, I'm super sized. I don't want to be, mind you. I am trying to like lose it. Like I've deleted all my delivery apps and stuff, and I'm trying really hard to like stop and just like, you know, think before I go ahead and buy food while I'm working. But it's hard because I have a food addiction and it's really bad. I mean, it could be a worse addiction. I could have like a drinking addiction or a smoking addiction. I don't even smoke. I smoked one cigarette and that was on the worst day of my life, so you know, I can be forgiven for that one. Yeah, so I also had a separate bar area upstairs, and it's only a small one. I figure that bar's mainly going to service the outdoor folk, but I also did put a little set of sofas and that in the upstairs area. I figure that's going to be a nice quiet area that people can just sit in and chillax and not like be downstairs where all the music's going and like all the yelling and the dancing and that. And while I say that, I did go back in the end and put in a cute little dance floor. You'll see in a bit anyway. I'll talk to you about it then probably. But yeah, I love these sofas as well. Oh, I never actually mentioned, I should have mentioned at the beginning of the build. This build is completely base game, get together and city living, as in it's based in San Myshuno, so it has to be city living, right? And it's a nightclub, so it has to be get together, and then it's base game. I did not use any items from any of the packs, and I'm super proud of myself for that. I do try to limit my packs as much as possible, but sometimes I just want to go ham. And for this one I did, and to be honest, sometimes I actually prefer it when I'm doing builds, especially when I'm trying to do quick builds for speed builds, because, I mean, obviously I speed this up. This is sped up like 400 times or whatever. But I need to, like... Oh, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Help. I'm more energetic when I'm doing a speed build narration, probably because I get to just talk and chat shit and just do whatever I want. It's so fun. Oh yeah, so I speed it up 400 times, so it shortens down, and then I have to shorten it down a bit by cutting certain parts out and that. And I have to be really like careful of what I start experimenting with, because that's just going to be things I'm going to have to like watch through and cut out later on in the video. When I'm editing, so it's going to increase the process and it's going to increase the length even then. Like this was, for example, almost 40 minutes long. The last one was over 40 minutes long, almost 50. No one wants to see a full speed build for that. There are certain gaps that you have to cut out anyway, like because you can't expect me to sit there for 2 hours and 39 minutes like I did for this one. You can't expect me to sit there for that long and not get up to get a drink or have dinner or chat with my mom or something like that, you know. So editing's fun. It's got some weird complications. Oh, you're gonna see here that I put those little beaded curtains up. They're not properly beaded. They're kind of like full squares. I'll put those up anyway, and I put the archways. And I don't actually know if I can walk through these or not. I probably should have play tested this before I started recording this. But you know what? I don't care. And those neon signs you're going to see everywhere because I love them. They're like so Insta to me. Like, you know, Insta models and that. And I think that's amazing. Yeah, so you saw there I put a dance floor up in the end, and you're going to see here I did cut some of the building out. I tried playing with platforms a lot for this, and a lot of that was cut out because the platforms always like cut out the walls, and they always looked a bit odd anyway. So I figured no one wants to actually watch them. So I did actually have a small platform in the end, and that was just a platform for the DJ booth because I think the DJ is going to be a bit raised anyway. Actually, I'm regretting keeping the platform so short now. I probably should have raised it up a couple, but that's neither here nor there. But because I did that and it like messed up the walls and that, you can see here that it's messed up the tiles as well. Like the tiles have two different lightings on it, and it's very frustrating and it's really bothering me. But to be honest, you're not really going to be able to see it in a bit because I do cover up all those windows. Yeah, I did want to keep as much of the original house as possible, the original build. I did leave the windows in downstairs and like a bit upstairs, but I did take some away to the back that you saw earlier when I was working on the bathroom because that is for the bathroom anyway, so no one's going to like look through the window, or no one's going to want a massive window through the stalls, and that's going to clip through the stalls that I did as well. So logistically, it just did not work right for me. But yeah, it's fine. I figure they just booked it up. But I figure this was a somewhat cheapy renovation. They didn't want to get rid of a lot of things in there, like unnecessarily, because that's going to cost money to like brick up all the windows. So they just covered it up with posters, and it's for the same two headliners. I expect there's no other headliners because there's no other posters for headliners anyway. So yeah, I actually quite like those posters. I never really noticed them before this build as well, so that's quite fun. I like that bar as well, that shiny bar. I never get to use it either because, again, I build mostly for my home. Well, not my home, but for my sister's house and that, so I don't actually get to see it that much. But I quite enjoy it. I did also go around and put in some speakers, and why did I only just realise that the speakers are, like, specific to each genre? I never noticed that before. I think I've just put random speakers in for builds. Oh, I'm regretting that now. And like they're even like look different as well, depending on like the genre. And I use these racks as well, these bottle racks for everything. You can't blame me. They're cute, and I like them. So yeah, don't judge me. I also had a random wine bottle stack thing. I do wish I had like the room to put like counters and that in there. And I did want to put like a mini fridge, but we don't have mini fridges before university. I wanted to put a mini fridge in the manager's office as well, but I couldn't, so I just put a normal fridge in there. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. And then like I tend to nighttime to work on the lights, and that's what I always do. I always work on the lights last. And it can be quite hard sometimes working on lights on a community build, just because you can't really quickly go into live mode and change them. I mean, I suppose you could build a community build with a person, but it's not the same, if that makes sense. You don't. I like to have the community type first, so I can see all the I'm pointing. You can't really see where I'm pointing, but you can see all like the requirements for it to be a certain build and that. So I didn't really want to change that, so this is just straight from map mode, if that makes sense. And I was trying to like theme each area accordingly. Like the upstairs area was like a blue and orange, and this area was like a red themed almost. So most of the club was red, to be fair. And then like I experimented with coffee tables, and I like these coffee tables. I've never been able to use these coffee tables before because they don't fit in a house really, but they do fit really well in a community build like this one. Yeah, oh gosh, I need a drink again. Coke Zero, the drink of the gods. I don't know how I managed to convince myself that I like Coke Zero, but I did, and that's like the proudest accomplishment of this year, which is really weird. This corner was looking lonely as well, so I put some seats there. It's probably not the most practical. People will probably fall onto them a lot. And, you know, it's got a very high potential of getting someone injured. But I don't care. If you get injured, it's your fault for drinking so much. Yeah, that's really harsh, actually. And I use that table in there a lot as well, that side table, like that triangular, like, prism one. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Oh, I don't think I commented on it earlier. I also tried to put the shelving around. A lot of places have like that kind of shelving, like around waist height or around chest height, depending on how high you are. That's just so people can like put their drinks down while I like standing and talking or dancing and that. And a lot of venues do it, and it's a very practical thing to do in a venue as well, because everyone likes like that extra part. I also did bits to the outside, but I didn't really include it because I needed to cut down things at a time. I did put some bins outside, and I thought it's going to be important to put the bins outside so people know that there are bins. That makes sense. There are actually a lot of bins in this build, and as you can see as well on the outside, I put like those squares up for graffiti. And I figured that the people who built the bar wanted it to be popular. I wanted it to be like a down with the kids spot, you know. So they'd invite kids to or like local street artists to go down and do that, and they'd claim it was for free so they could just have fun, but it's just so they can have free advertising from them. And you know what, there's graffiti all over the place as well, because a lot of places do that. They like to look a bit hole in the wally, even though the rest of it's quite posh. I'd actually like to do a proper hole in the wall dive one day, mainly because I don't have to deal with windows as much then, and lighting, it can just be as dim as possible. Like, should I just like do a I don't know, convert the gnome's arms into what's not a cute little English pub that's not actually accurate to a local pub whatsoever. Should I make it into like a proper local, like seedy, like the old geezers sat at the bar watching like the tiny rubbish TV, eating pork scratchings and having their pints, and they don't specify what kind of pint they want. They're just like, can I have a pint please, love? They're like, yeah, sure. And then they can just chat, and they're like, they talk a bit casual, you know, that kind of hole in the wall place, because that would be quite fun, because I just don't think Council Estate Britain is really represented that much in the media or in The Sims in general. Yeah, why can't we have council? I want a council estate pack, right? Sims 4 council estates, right? Right, the bailiffs come round regularly. You have the Provy man come in to sell you a Nintendo Wii. Someone's stealing your dust caps off your car, or a random fires happening in the garages. So the council decides to take the garages down and just build a parking space there. That actually happened. I don't know if I've actually mentioned in the channel before. I did live in a council estate from ages like from baby to age 11 when I moved to Devon to live with my dad. That's where I got this accent from, by the way. That's why I sound slightly posh. Before that, I had a Brummie accent, and I wore that Brummie accent with pride. I just kind of lost it because posh kids. Yeah, so we're at the end of this build. I'm gonna go into the thing itself, and we're gonna have a look around and see what I did. And yeah, bye bye. And here we are, good old Club Salt House, as I named it, because it was originally named the Old Salt House. This is it during the day. It's going to look much better at night, so I kind of came around 5 PM. And yes, I am playing as my new and improved Vlad. If you watched that video, then you got a bit of a sneak peek towards this in the map view, because this was the world I built it in. Very exciting, very exciting. Yeah, so let's go inside and let's have a look around, shall we? I would try and do this, but it's really hard to like walk through everything. Well, I don't know where Vlad's going right now. He's going to burn to death, isn't he? Oh well. So yeah, here's the main entry hall. So this is where you'd go in. You'd pay your fees here. Obviously, we won't have like the actual tills because we don't have any dine out content in here. Because again, this was just get to work, and it was just what's the word I'm looking for? Ugh. Get together. Yeah, that's it. It's just get together and city living, and obviously the base game in here. This is the little office area. I love this pink. I love pink, and I envision this as my office area. You know, I'd be the big boss of this. No one else. Okay, and then through here would be the way that they'd actually get into the bar, because it didn't have any entryway. I did put a sneaky little baseball bat there. That's just so they can protect themselves. This is what the club looks like from the bar. So imagine him serving the drinks. Hello, hello, what you want? Mojito? I don't know what that is. Have a beer. Sure, sex on the beach? No thank you, not tonight. You know, that kind of thing. But then you'd actually go through this doorway, but I can't be bothered, so we'd go through here. to the club area, and again, there's the shelves. Actually, if I raise myself up to a proper height, there we go. So you can see the shelves. I didn't line them up perfectly. I'm sorry. They looked perfect from where I was. That's all that matters, really. And then obviously all the dancing here, and just because it's during the day, the lighting in here is a bit it's not as exciting as it would be during the night. I will show you what it looks like during the night as well. But you know, it is getting later because we are kind of still going on. A little seating area. I did put these little pillows in as well. I don't think I ever mentioned that. I just realised these are a bit low down, but you know what? You can see them. You can see them just fine. And then if you go up the stairs, there we go. Love that little trick when you're walking around. Oh gosh, I went up too high. There we go. There's this little area that no one's really attending to for whatever reason. Obviously, no one's out here on the patio at the moment because it is raining. But there is this little sheltered area, and I love this little sheltered area. I think it looks amazing. But yeah, not too exciting. Because it's not a house, there aren't actually that many rooms. It's just obviously the thing. And oh, I'm gonna be a bit cheeky. I'm gonna go into the men's loo. I mean, to be fair, again, the doors are open. You can go into whatever loo you want. Man, woman, child, extraterrestrial, neither, whatever you are. You can do what you want. And oh, Vlad's come to the loo. Hey, Vlad, how's it going? He's just come to wash his hands, bless him. Apparently, that's been happening a lot recently. Apparently, that's been like a slight glitch. I even didn't change this railing. I did move the stairs over one, just because I thought it looked better than them just floating in the middle. Here's the girls, and you know it's the girls because it's pink, because pink is for a girl, blue is for a boy. Unless you were before, of course, I think it was Jackie Kennedy who popularised pink for girls, blue for boys. Otherwise, actually, pink used to be quite a masculine colour, or considered a masculine colour, especially for boys. It used to be considered quite a strong colour. So yeah, just going down the stairs, and as you can see, it is getting darker out, and it's looking better. I could have put some more neon lighting in, but I could be asked, quite frankly. So here we are. Yeah, so it's not like a massive club, but I did want this to be a massive club. I want this to be kind of seedy. So yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out, especially for a community build. And again, like I said before, I am terrible at community builds. And if you give me 2 seconds, I apologise. Thank you. Bye, Brittany. It's Brittany, bitch. Oh, Vlad looks so happy. Yeah, but it wouldn't be a Meg build if, I'm just calling myself Meg now. It wouldn't be a Simserra build. That just sounds way too similar to Simsy now. Am I copyright infringing? Sorry, Kayla, please don't sue. Oh, everyone's watching her death. Oh, Hillary, you're pregnant. You're not going to like this very much. But yeah, anyway, this isn't actually a Let's Play, or a playthrough, so I'm just gonna say we're done, okay? Yeah, so this is the build. This is the Club Celt House build that I made. I think she's great. I think she's grand. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate any time you took out of your day to do this. There's a billion and one things you can watch on YouTube, and I'm glad you picked mine. If you like this, let me know in the comments below. And if there's actually any build like you kind of want to see something, oh, I can try it, I guess. Just let me know. I do like to have a little question for everyone. Every now and then, just to keep things fresh, and no one ever comments, but one day someone will comment and they will give me an answer, and that would be great. So my question for you is, this is for if you're 18 plus in the UK, 16 plus if you're in parts of Europe, and 21 plus if you are, of course, in the good old US of A or Canada. And that is, what is your favourite thing to get on a night out? Personally, if I'm in a quieter place like a pub, I go for a nice cider, a flavoured cider, fruity cider. I'm a bit of a coward, so I like a nice recorded lid. But if I'm like in somewhere like a club or somewhere like with pounding beats, I will usually get either a Captain Morgan spiced rum and Coke, or I'd get a Jack and Coke. Or sometimes I'll go a bit fresh. I go for a Malibu, you know, kind of with Coke. Everything with Coke. And then I will alternate that with a glass of Pepsi or a glass of water, because again, drunk me doesn't like being drunk. Drunk me wants to be sober. So yeah, so just let me know what you think in the comments below. And again, if you like this video, please do leave a like or subscribe, or just leave a comment. Any kind of interaction with me really will make my day. I don't get to leave the house, so any interaction on the internet is any really real interaction I get with people who aren't my mother, or my cats. Not that I don't love you all, of course. So yeah, you can go see me on my Twitter as well. You can find me at Sims_ERR. I post things on there regularly, and I think I'm quite funny. So yeah, yeah. So thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys. I love you all. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.